Hi everyone, it's me, Erotica Sunflower. So, yesterday when I was recording the hashtag Deck and Witchy gifting, it was a VR to Pickable Rose. Shortly after I finished recording, got two parcels, two gifts, surprise gifts actually, in two separate parcels. The first one was from Amazon and it was this book here. It's a bit upside down, sorry. But it's called Divination Conjure Style. It's reading cards, throwing bones, and other forms of household fortune telling. It's basically the author, who's called Star Cassis. It's her own tradition. It's her own account or her own traditions of reading mainly playing cards, but she does also go into bone throwing, pendulum, and other sorts of divination. If people want to, I will do a flip through. I want to name the surprise gifter because she hasn't given me her permission to do so. Then shortly after, the postman came and it was a box, and I could tell by the design of the box that it was from America. So I thought, I haven't got any Kickstarter decks that are due for me. I was a bit baffled. So when I opened it up, I was like, oh my God. Surprise gift from Queen Ausset. There was one tarot deck in there which I haven't heard of before, so I thought, oh okay, let me kind of like Google it. And when I Googled it, I was like, oh, flipping heck, going on eBay for 1,900. I was like, oh my gosh. So thank you, Queen Ausset. I'm still shocked for your surprise gifts, so I'm going to flip the camera around and show you Queen Ausset's gorgeous gifts. Okay, so I flipped the camera around. So let's kind of open up this surprise package from the lovely Queen Ausset. So this is a deck that made me go, oh my gosh. It's called Tarot Erotica, and it's by Laurie Wallace. I also got a pack of Healing Crystal playing cards and a box with a piece of durian. And obviously the lovely Queen Ausset has sent me a card, which is quite private, so I'd rather not read it out. But isn't that a gorgeous envelope? And she always is very thoughtful. I'll just show you the design of the card. So it's got here, light for your path, honey for your heart, wings for your dreams. Isn't that a beautiful message on the card? Absolutely gorgeous. So in this box, if I turn it around the right way, it's got here the Crystal Fox. So I'm assuming that's Queen Ausset's gorgeous shop. Let's open this up. I'm so excited. Oh dear. Look at this gorgeous, gorgeous bracelet. Look at the stones. Aren't they gorgeous? I think they're citrine. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but look at them. It's very, very heavy. Good quality. Thank you so much, Queen Ausset. Okay, so let's start off with the tarot deck first. As I said, I Googled this deck because it's not a deck that I'm familiar with, and it looks like it's out of print. And I couldn't believe how much money it was going for on eBay. So let's just open this up with my letter opener. Okay, so put this back. Okay, so it's got here, explores the dynamic energy between male and female in lucid symbology that can be appreciated by the practical reader or beginner. The deck contains 78 cards, 22 major and 56 minor arcana, with titles in English, Spanish, and German. Each card is an original sexual explicit work of art for adults only. And let me see who it's published by. It's not actually, it's quite small, so I'm not I can't read it properly, but let's just see if there's any more information inside. Okay, so so it's got here the Tarot Erotica by Laurie Wallace. Let me see if I can make this, bring this camera up a bit closer. Okay, so here it's got Guide to the Path of Tarot. Then it just outlines the some of the cards. So it says the Four, the Path elements, rods, so that would be wands, cups, and swords. So let's read a bit about the Four. So it says here, the Four is also the last card on the path, closing the circular path of the human quest. It can indicate perfect innocence or perfect understanding. The seeker must travel the entire path to return to this emotional purity. And it's got the path of the elements. Every individual takes a single element path, determined by his or her personality and personal magic. These paths correspond to the four main suits. So it's got here the rods, which is also known as the wands, and it's got here a sprouting in spring, the element earth, a conservative masculine person who enjoys contemplation and physical activities. If it is a woman, she is in the position of authority and possibly a lesbian. The rod is an eager and virile penis acting through the power of creation. And it's got the cups, the fruits of summer, the element water, a liberal feminine person, the type who loves men, children and small animals. If a man, then he is a caretaker, perhaps a single father or gay. The cups is a fertile and willing womb, acting through power of nurturing. Swords, thorns in autumn, the element fire. That's interesting, because I would have put swords down to air. This man is in touching with his feminine side and will tend to be an intellectual, but if it is a woman, she will tend to be pushy and petty. She or he may be bisexual. The swords is the physical side of romance, acting through the power of deed. Stars. In the winter, the absence of life is not death, but potential life. The element air, the woman in touch with her masculine side and assumes acquired, almost invisible control over her situation. As a man, he seems like a wimp. She or he may be bisexual. The star is the mental side of love, from emotional surrender to deliberate head games, acting through the power of intellect. So it hasn't got the pentacles, so it's got rods, cups, swords and star. So I'm wondering if the star is pentacles. Then it's got the child, which is page to king, the path of morals, the path of trials, the path of enlightenment. First method of divination, it's got a spread here, and it kind of outlines each of the positions. Then the second method of divination is another spread. Then it kind of outlines all of the cards. So for example, after the four, you've got the magician, and it's got tricks. Gives you a little blurb about it. Gives you an outright meaning, a reverse meaning, and a preemptory meaning. I don't know what the preemptory meaning is. So it does that for each of the cards, it looks like, in the major arcana. It tends to have the fall at the end. I have to read this booklet properly. When it goes into the suits, so it gives you like a key kind of sentence, upright, reverse, and preemptory meaning again. I'm wondering if the stars is the pentacles, because that's what I'm a bit confused about. Swords. Doesn't seem to have pentacles in this deck. Oh, here it is, stars. So I'm assuming that the stars is the pentacles. It's got here four of stars, hoarding and chastity. So it looks like the stars are the pentacles in a traditional deck. And it just gives you a bit here about the author. I'm not even quite sure who publishes this deck. Looks like the author is the publisher as well. And it just gives you like a website and stuff like that. Tarot of the Erotica. Okay, so let's have a look at the cards. See if I can open this up. Just go and get my letter opener. I like the fact that it's double wrapped. Okay, so let's have a look at the... Oh, is it in order? The ordering's a bit off. So I'm assuming... I have to put this deck in order. Bear me a minute, please. Right, so I've had to put it in order because the ordering was not how I would order my cards. So let's have a look at this. So you've got the 4. And instead of having a dog that you would normally get in a traditional deck, you've got, well, he's actually got a dog mask on, as you can see. So I suppose, and she's got a butterfly on her face. So I kind of get the gist of this. So I suppose that the male, I say male because it's got penis, is the dog, you know, trying to caution her from going over the cliff. And it looks a bit like Adam and Eve as well, doesn't it? A little bit. The form. These are the backs of the cards. Aren't they just gorgeous? And they look like they're reversible as well. Cardstock is okay. I do like the back, so gorgeous. Okay, so you've got the 4, the Magician. So you can see the kind of like the swords, the rods, the cup. You know. And I suppose the High Priestess. You can see the 2 pillows there as well, you know, the light and dark pillow. The Empress, who's clearly pregnant here. A couple there. I suppose that's just displaying how she got pregnant, maybe. The Emperor. Looks like a very strong type of individual. The Hierophant. The Lovers. They're having a dance competition there. The Chariot. So you got the kind of dark and light Sphinx, but as in people. Strength. I like the way that the affinity is a hat. But there's no lion. Yeah, interesting. So you've got the Hermit. Wheel of Fortune. God, looks like an orgy. Justice. It's an interesting take. You know, I can see elements of Rider-Waite-Smith in there, but I guess it's his own system as well. I have to read the guidebook to kind of get familiar with why these pictures are being used and what they mean. So this is the Hangman, Death, Temperance. It's got the yin and the yang there to find balance. The Devil, the Tower, the Star, the Moon, the Sun. Interesting. The Universe. And then Judgment is card 21, which is interesting. So moving on to the suit of rods or wands. You've got the Ace or One of Wands. It's quite sexual, isn't it? Two of rods. The Three. The Four. Looks like an Aries there. The Five. Six of rods. Seven. Eight. Nine of rods. And 10. I'm going to have to read the book to try and understand, because my mind is kind of wired in RWS kind of meanings, and I need to kind of try and understand this. You know, I might even read this deck intuitively. So you've got the Page of Rods, the Knight, the Queen, and the King. So moving on to the suit of Cups, got the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, Three of Cups, which I can relate to celebrations, the Four, Five of Cups, Six, Seven of Cups, Eight of Cups, Nine of Cups, and 10 of Cups. So you've got the Page, the Knight, the Queen, and the King. So moving on to the suit of Swords, which is usually my favourite suit in a deck. So you've got the Ace of Swords. There seems to be like a Two of Swords, the Three of Swords. So there seems to be like a lot of fire in this kind of suit, and I always see the swords as air. So I need to read again the book to see why it is classified as fire, or element of fire. It's Four of Swords, Five, Six of Swords. Oops. So that's the Six of Swords. 7, 8, 9, and 10 of swords. So moving on to the court cards, you've got the page, the knight, the queen of swords, and the king of swords. So this is the final suit, which is stars, but I'm assuming this must be the pentacles, which has been renamed stars. So you've got the 1, which will be the ace, the 2, the 3, it's not pentacles. So this looks like, to me, just by looking at it, it looks like this is being designed and the person's inspecting the work. 4, 5, 6 of stars, 7, 8, 9 of stars, and a 10. So moving on to the court cards, you have the page, the knight, the queen, and the king. I'm going to have to work with this deck and read the guidebook, but it looks like it's going to be a deck that is an intuitive deck. So moving on to the next deck that the lovely Queen Ausset gifted me. It's this one here. It's called the Healing Crystals, and it's a playing card deck. So let's see if I can open this up. Okay. I haven't got very good fine motor skills, unfortunately. Okay, let's put it in the bin. So, Healing Crystals, playing cards. Let's have a quick look at this deck. I won't do the whole deck for this, but I'll just... There's a book in here. There's no book. So let's have a look. So the Jack of Diamonds, and then it gives you kind of like the stone. So this says red jasper, and it gives you the properties. So it says here, grounding, stabilizing, nurturing, root and sacred chakra and trigonal silicate. These are the backs of the cards. Aren't they just gorgeous? You've got the Joker. So that's 2 Jokers. Let's see. Yep. So it looks like for each card, it gives you a crystal and the properties. I just said before, I'll show you a few of these. So it looks like as well that the spades are, and I was going to say they're all A's, but they're not. Rainbow Obsidian. It's all right. Guidance, intuition, third eye, throat chakra. This is quite an interesting deck, because at least it will give me an understanding of the properties of crystals. And I can probably use this as well if I'm doing readings, just to do for a stone pull, I guess, as well as using it as a traditional playing card deck. I like this stone here. I use this stone a lot when I'm reading. It's got here detoxifying, grounding, balancing, root chakra, trigonal oxide, malachite. So it's just a few of the stones. I mean, if you do want a full walkthrough of this deck, do let me know. I'm happy to do that. So thank you so much, Queen Ausset, for this lovely surprise gift box. I will, if I can find the links, I will add it in the description bar. See you in my next video. Bye.